Hello anime lovers, this is your captain speaking. If you like the content, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Chihiro was a high school boy who was passionate about zombies. He had several collections of zombie movies, games, and dolls. He wanted to date a female zombie, but his schoolmates found him very strange for that. Chihiro lived with his family. His mother died early, but he was still happy. However, one day his cat was hit by a car and died. This made him very depressed. Chihiro had several documents and records of undead, and he found a book with a recipe for reviving the dead. So, he decided to revive his cat with the knowledge from the book. He dug up his cat and went to a distant and abandoned place in the city where nobody goes. Every day, he went there to experiment with reviving his cat. One day, a new girl named Ria came to school. She was the director's daughter. Later, Chihiro's cousin, Renko, delivered a borrowed movie to him and he asked if she knew anything about Ria, but Renko said she didn't. At night, Chihiro continued his experiments on undead when he heard footsteps outside. It was Ria, who began to vent in a wail, screaming about how her father was cruel to her. Every day, she did that. Chihiro dropped something while watching her, and she heard it. They started talking inside the building. She said she would do anything for him if he didn't tell anyone about it. Chihiro told her he had seen her in the previous days, and she asked if he came to vent there too. He told her he wanted to revive his cat, and she was impressed and wanted to help. He asked her if she wanted to be one of his experiments and become a zombie. He was just kidding, but Chihiro told her to be careful with men. Ria had never had a boyfriend, and Chihiro had never had a girlfriend. He told her he only liked zombie girls and would only date a zombie. Ria asked if he would date her if she became a zombie. He was embarrassed, and Ria said goodbye and asked to meet again tomorrow. The next day, Ria watched a zombie movie while Chihiro did his experiments. They started preparing the potion to revive the cat. Ria came from a rich family, and her father was very strict with her. Any mistake the maids made with her was enough to get them fired. Her father took pictures of her every day since forever, and her mother was very cold and didn't care about her. When she went to school, she had her first friend. Ria went to her friend's house and noticed that her life was totally wrong. Her friend told her she should tell her father that what he was doing was wrong and that he should stop it. Ria said all this to her father, and he said she didn't understand anything about the love he had for her. A few days later, her friend's father lost his job, and her friend said it was a mistake to be friends with her. Ria went to confront her father, and he said to her again that no one understood the way he loved her. Ria, afraid that the people around her would be harmed by her father, began to do everything he told her from that moment on. Ria asked Chihiro to wait for her while she went to get something and she would be back soon. However, she was taking too long, and he went after her. Chihiro saw Ria climbing up the hill and went to help her. She had picked some poisonous hydrangeas to use in the potion ingredients. When they finished making the potion, Ria took a vial to put some of the potion in and gave it to the cat, but nothing happened. Ria said they could try with other plants the next day. Chihiro said he would bury the cat and give up on resurrecting him. He noticed that Ria had sprained her ankle and put her on his bicycle, taking her home to the place where she used to hide from her family. Meanwhile, Ria's father watched everything from his house window. At Chihiro's house, Renko asked why he came back so late and why he left every day with that box. She began to want to open the box, and suddenly the cat jumped through the window, indicating that Chihiro's experiment was a success. At Ria's house, her father had discovered that she was sneaking out and would not let her leave the house anymore, not even to go to school, so she decided to take some of the vial she had taken from the poisonous herb potion, but the poison had no effect on her. During the morning, Ria's father apologizes for hitting her and says that he is the only one who can protect her. A subordinate of her father appears in the room. Her father had asked him to discover the identity of Chihiro, and he asks the subordinate to cut Chihiro's forbidden instruments so that he never comes near Ria again. At Chihiro's house, he was very happy to have resurrected Babul the cat. Renko says that the cat seemed strange when Babul started running away, and Chihiro and Renko go after him. The cat enters the sewer, and the two continue the pursuit until Renko gets stuck in the way. The manhole led to the foot of Ria's mansion. At school, Ria, who had run away from home again, meets Chihiro's friends and asks if he was at school, but they said he had missed it. Ria returns home, but on the way, one of her father's subordinates saw her and called him. Chihiro found his kitten eating poisonous hydrangeas. When he looked up the hill, he saw Ria up there. Her father appears and asks what she was doing. Her father goes to her, asking them to return home, but she says she doesn't want to and asks him to give her freedom in her life. Her father pulls her by the arm, and at that moment, Babul the cat approaches them. Interestingly, Ria's father is allergic to cats and becomes very scared. Ria is very happy that the potion worked. Her father goes towards the cat with a stick to hit him, and Ria steps in front of him and ends up falling off the hill. That height was enough to end anyone's life, and Chihiro, who witnessed the whole scene, was very scared to see her dead in front of him. Suddenly he hears her voice. She gets up and goes to him. Ria had become a zombie, and her father became very scared after seeing her rise and ended up going crazy. At Chihiro's house, Ria sewed up the cut on her skin. Then Chihiro asks her how she could smile after all that. She tells him that it was the first time she was in a boy's room, and that made her happy. At the window, Ria saw Babul the cat on the tree. Chihiro noticed that the cat's eyes were normal, and Ria asked why he was staring at her. To tease him, she starts imitating a zombie, and he gets embarrassed. She asks him to show her all the things a normal girl does and tries to kiss him, but Renko ruins the moment for them. Chihiro asks Ria to wait in the room. Ria is embarrassed because she wanted to do forbidden activities with the protagonist. Chihiro took too long to come back, so she decided to take a bath while he was away. Chihiro's grandfather entered the bathroom, and she ran out. When Chihiro returns home, he sees Ria lying on the floor, her body no longer moving and decaying. He puts her on the bed, and now the protagonist will have to find a way to solve the problem of her body. He asks his sister if she knows any books about preserving corpses, but he couldn't find anything that could help him. He returns to his room and prepares the closet to hide Ria's body so that no one would see her in his room, but he slips and ends up in an embarrassing situation. His father asks why he was taking so long to go have breakfast, and Chihiro puts her in the closet and goes to the table to have breakfast. That was the day when Chihiro was supposed to clean the shrine, and he tells his father that he resurrected the Babul cat, but his grandfather starts laughing, saying that he was the one who created the potion. Chihiro doesn't believe his grandfather. Renko arrives at his house, saying that Ria, the darling of the school, had run away from home with a boy the night before. Renko asks if Ria was his type of woman, and as his older cousin, she should know who he gets involved with. Before leaving, she decides to go to his room to get a DVD of a zombie movie. While she was choosing a DVD, she found a hair there, and she went to open his closet, but there was nothing inside. Ria, who was on the roof, jumps on top of Renko and holds her, and a forbidden activity between girls begins to happen. Everyone in the house hears Renko scream, and Chihiro runs to his room. When he gets there, he sees something that I cannot say because I don't want to lose my channel. He takes Ria away from Renko, and Ria jumps on Chihiro, stealing a kiss from him. Renko asks Chihiro what that was, and she noticed that Ria was no longer human and called Chihiro a murderer. While Renko was hitting him, Ria jumps out of the window and starts walking on the roof. Chihiro asks Renko to bring his grandfather, and he sees Ria down there eating hydrangeas, and she goes back to normal, wondering why she was only wearing a towel down there. Chihiro throws her some clothes to wear and comes to the conclusion that Ria and Babul need to eat hydrangeas to survive. His grandfather says that hydrangeas do not stop body decomposition, but they slow it down. Renko hits him on the head to stop him from talking, or else the others would find out about her. Chihiro would have to find a way to save Ria's body. Chihiro's father asks who that girl was, and Ria thought she would have to leave, but Chihiro asks his father to let her stay there and that he had to fulfill a promise. His father says he never heard him talk so seriously except when it came to zombies, and says that she could stay there for a while. Ria is happy about that. At night, Chihiro makes some notes about what he had learned, and Ria apologizes for what she caused, and he says that their kiss wasn't that bad. She is embarrassed because she doesn't remember kissing him and starts asking what they had done. Later, Chihiro decides to record Ria while she does her things, and she is very embarrassed to be filmed. At dinner, Chihiro's father asks about Ria, and he says that she is shy and prefers to eat alone. Renko brought some clothes for Ria to wear, and when Chihiro goes to deliver them, he invites her to go out. They stroll around the city together, looking like a couple. Ria thanks Chihiro because if she hadn't met him, she would never be free, and even though she was a zombie, she was very happy. She says that her body and soul from now on belong to him. When the two of them were crossing the street, a car almost runs over Chihiro, but Ria saves him. As she gained a lot of strength after she became a zombie, she ended up hurting Chihiro. She started licking his wound, leaving Chihiro flushed. At the end of the episode, Ria's eyes start to look different. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews of the best anime. A kiss from your captain, and until next time.